It's Julia Renee.
And Kendall Aaliyah. Welcome back to the Know Your Power podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of the Know Your Power podcast. I am your host, Julia Renee, and today, guys, we have a special guest. We have Brooke Hackett, one of my friends now. After competing in 4 shows, you get pretty close doing that. She is a wife, a Christ follower, IFBB Pro, online fitness coach, and head of Team Fearless and Fearless to Flourish.
Yeah.
That's new too, isn't it?
It's like my team name.
I love that.
Yeah.
Is it like the first time that you're getting like into coaching and stuff like that?
I've been coaching for 2 years now. Online coaching.
Online coaching for 2
Yeah.
years.
But I've been like a coach and a trainer for, it's got to be like 8 years now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I always like, what's the crazy thing about me actually finding you was I think you popped up on like, not my For You page, that's TikTok. On my, what's the Instagram version of that? Your Reels? Like, yeah.
They try to be TikTok, but
yes.
Yeah.
So you popped up and I think it was one of your, maybe it was like your posing routine or like your, how to grow your quad things. And I was like, whoa. I was like, she has such a cool physique. And I was like, oh, and she's a wellness girl. And then later on I was like, oh my God. And then we're competing against each other.
That's crazy.
So your content works because it's hitting people.
Yay. It's getting pushed out to
really
the right
is,
peeps.
to the wellness girlies. Well, I'm so glad you're here.
Me too. Thanks for having me.
There's so much that I need to know about you. But first, I would love for you to kind of give us like a synopsis of how you got to be where you are today. Like, how did you become a bodybuilder? How did you get interested in it? And then take it to the level of becoming an IFBB Pro.
Okay. You know what? It's kind of random to like bodybuild for me. Although my whole family bodybuilt. So I knew.
What? I did not know that.
Yes. My grandma started bodybuilding at 50 and she is more ripped than me. She's 80 right now. She's so cute. I have to show you her. She's, my mom, my dad, my uncles, the whole crew,
That's
bodybuilders.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I grew up going to my grandma's bodybuilding shows, but I wasn't into, there was only bodybuilding.
True.
At that time. So I wasn't into like her back double bi and like, I was like, oh, I just can't, that's not my vibe. And then wellness came to the United States and I was like, oh, I love that because bikini, I knew I would have to lose so much muscle.
Yes.
Well, my quads. I'm like,
I like my quads. I spend so much time building them. I don't want to lose them.
Yes. And I grew up just like Quadzilla. These, my dad said copy and paste with his quads, like literal.
That's crazy.
Exact replica. Yeah. I'm built exactly like him. But I was an athlete my whole life. So 4 years old playing soccer. I played soccer and I ran track in college and I got my bachelor's of science degree and I became a trainer. And then I got super into CrossFit. And after CrossFit, I was like, I'll bodybuild, I'll isolate train, but I don't want to compete because I've competed my whole life, with sports. And I was over it. But then like one does, they go to a gym and it's like a bodybuilder. This bodybuilding girl, she was like, have you heard of wellness? And I was like, no, what's that? She's
what
like, you
year
should do
was
it.
this? Do you remember?
I started, it must have been like 2021.
Okay, 2021. Yeah, because that was the first wellness Olympia that was at the Olympia because they announced that it was coming to the 2021 Olympia in 2020. And that's when I was like, finally.
Right. Yes.
Okay, that's cool. So 2021.
Yes. 2021. I remember I got super heavy after COVID because Matt and I, my husband, we were just like, you want to go get some donuts? Like every night. And of course, men don't put on weight the way that women do. So like he's smashing donuts every night. I'm over here gaining like 30 pounds. I'm like, dude, wait, I'm kind of like fat right now. Like, what's going on?
This
like,
isn't fair.
And he's like shredded. And so I was like, okay, well, you know what? That girl was talking about wellness. I'm going to just like go for it. So I hit up my uncle and I was like, hey, I think I just want to like do a bodybuilding show. And so he basically prepped me, but I pretty much prepped myself.
That's so cool.
It was like the craziest experience, the hardest experience, because the training, that's like second nature, you know, and it's fun. But the food, I had never stuck to diet ever. I've never, like my first prep was the first time I used a food scale.
That's insane.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. And just
you were like, I'm just going to throw the kitchen sink at me.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and he is very old school. He was a really good bodybuilder in the 90s, or was it 80s, I think.
So he's like what are they called? He's not the gym bros.
Jim Unk?
Unk?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That too. But like the OG bodybuilders who like they do everything old school.
Yeah.
Like the way that they eat, the way that they train. Like I'm thinking like Arnold food and training.
Yeah. Yes, but in the same way, he had me on this really cool 9-day carb cycle, and I loved it, where it was like a high day, 3 moderate days, and then 4 low days or something like that. And he just like would give me, he would give me a calorie count and a macro count, and I kind of just did my own meals. So I didn't know what to do. So I was kind of just like, I still had a weird thing with food where I wanted to be comfortable when I ate. Like I'm totally, look here.
He loves to be in here. Loki right now, guys, is sticking his hand under the door, his paw, and he's like, he does not like doors to be closed on him.
He's like, hello?
Oh my gosh, I'll let him in. So you had never, and getting calories and macros, especially if you have never, weighed and stuff like that, and you were saying that you were still trying to make the food like fun and comfortable. So what happened after that?
I was doing like lavash, is that how you say it? Lavish? I don't know.
Lavish
bread, and making it into like a pizza. And I was like eating pretty much no calories during the day, and then I would like eat the pizza at night and be like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I like this a lot. He had me on, I think, 3 days of cardio, like 30 minutes, no fat burners. Like, it was just, I was just losing so much fat from like newbie gains, kind of, just like finally tracking.
Dieting for the first time, like seriously.
Yes. And I had so much muscle just from like training my whole life. It was also coming off of CrossFit. So I was like real trappy. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, but it was also, I went into my first show and I was like, yo, this was great. Never doing this again.
Really?
Like, yeah. Like, I can't do this again. This was so hard, the food. And honestly, my calories, I think, got down to like 1,700. Like, that's it.
That's it?
That's it. I'm telling you.
And I'm sure that this last show you pushed harder than that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my calories my calories from other coaches have gone down to 800. Like, it's a vast difference. But it was just like, it was so hard. So I think I tracked first for like, to just kind of see what I was doing prior to the prep and just get a calorie count. You know, I think I was smashing like 4,000 calories a day prior to ever tracking, just like without knowing.
Yeah.
I'm just like eating, you know. I mean, expenditure has always been really high. So I was just like, I think I lost like 30 pounds and was stage lean for myself at that point. I probably could have lost like 10 to 15 more pounds just to get like super shredded for that first show. But I ended up winning my true novice, and then I got second open.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me, you're qualified for nationals. And like, even though I went in and I was like, okay, you know what? That was hard and I'm never doing it again. It's just not in me to qualify for something and not do it. And so at that point, my prep was from January to April. And then I was like, let me hire a coach, an actual coach, and then do an actual prep and go to nationals. There's this national show in December. And at this point, I still know nothing about bodybuilding. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to expect. Like, I'm just kind of doing it. I remember at nationals, when I won my class, I went up for the overall and like, what is the overall? Like, what is everyone talking? Like, what is that? I have no idea. Like, I didn't know the flow. It was all just kind of like a crazy whirlwind. I'm just like, it just felt like wind was going past.
This is all happening really fast.
Yeah.
And like, what is everyone talking about?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, and then hiring that coach and then doing the nationals prep, now that was the hardest prep of my life. Even still with that though, my calories only went down to like 1,300. I got shredded. That was probably like.
And that's when you got your pro card, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you went from, I mean, you had the background with your family being bodybuilders and you didn't necessarily want to do it at first, but then you're like, let's like kind of see. And you said, let's see. And then you end up qualifying for nationals, getting your pro card the first shot. There's only a small percentage of people that do that. And then what did you do after that? Well, because we competed against each other in 2024. Was that your first pro season, 2024?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, nationals was like crazy. I didn't understand like how many people would be there. Like I didn't understand that like first and second place is there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. And then Matt was like, I think Brooke's going to win. Like she's going to win. And my dad just knows the ropes, like he competed for a really long time. So he was like, there's no way, like this is her first nationals, like get a grip. And my dad's always been, he would give me my flowers, but really real and honest. And I really appreciate that. So he's like, get a grip. Like it's her first nationals, like probably not. And yeah, so I kind of just was real with myself also, where I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, I don't have any expectations. I'm not going in to like win the thing, I just want to like do me. And the first time I was on stage, I was like, this is so scary. I blacked out. My uncle in the stands had to tell me to move. Like he yelled, like, and I recognized his voice, but I was stuck in I don't know, I think it was quarter turns. Like, I don't know. And he's like, move. And I was like, oh.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. So nationals, I just was like, just get through your routine. Like, don't black out. Just smile and like, just get through it.
That is crazy.
It was intense.
I didn't know that it all happened that fast. Just with how you looked when I first met you, I just assumed that you had been competing for a while. When really, wasn't that like probably your second show or your third show maybe? Or something like that?
Heart of Texas?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had the same coach, because I loved my nationals prep. It was like so awesome. I'm very loyal. So I was like, okay, and then he just made me chase a number in the off season. I'm 5'2" and a half. And he wanted me to get to 170 pounds. Mind you, at nationals, I competed at 118. So
that's crazy. I am 5'2", and I have felt what 170 looks like and feels like on my body, and it's actually hard to move around.
It was so hard to try to check in to pose,
yes.
And like, so I would tell him, and he would see me in person sometimes. Like I met this guy like in person. I'm like, dude, I'm getting pretty big.
Well, then you have to think about how much is this actually going to, there's no guarantee any of this weight is going to be muscle.
Yes.
You hope and you pray, but it is just going to make your on season that much harder when you have to get probably 30, 40 pounds off.
No, yeah, I think I lost like 40, maybe like 42 pounds.
That's
like
insane.
For my pro debut.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, it's time to, like reverse. He had me at 4,000 calories a day. And towards the end there, and my biggest issue was that I didn't recomp first. He threw me like right into prep. So it was
4,000 calories to like an extreme deficit.
Yes, like 1,500, 1,700, something crazy like that. And I didn't know any better. So I was like, okay, this is weird. But I went with it. So obviously like I was in a weight loss boot camp is what Matt calls it. Like there is no reason to bulk like that, especially like.
There is not. I
mean, yeah, I was mostly fat. Like it, and prior to bodybuilding, like I was a little bit, I needed to recomp. Let's just put it that way. But I would sit at like 145 max, like so so I didn't get to 170. I got to 168.
Almost. It was so close.
I was just like, yes, we got to stop. Yeah. Like it's done.
Yeah.
And then we went into our prep, and to get stage lean, I just had to take crazy cardio, crazy deficit. Calories got to 800 with 2 hours of cardio, like on this and training all on the same day. I'm like,
because then you're like almost playing catch up for the weight gain that happened.
Yeah.
That didn't need to happen. Like it didn't need to be that much, because I mean, that's a very dirty bulk, old school type of way of training somebody.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to get, that big in the off season, because your on season just so much harder. Mm-hmm. I'm curious, what would you say is like one of the challenging things in prep for you, but you like secretly really like it?
In prep,
mm-hmm.
I freaking love just being on my P's and Q's. Like it is so hard to stay diligent and disciplined. The cardio, like the whole routine of it. But stemming from my past, I never truly believed I could be like that. Like I was dedicated in sport, but also like really distracted with like alcohol, boys, partying in college. And so I had this like narrative that I could never
like lock in that kind of way.
Yeah, I could never be 100% all in. And so prep, yeah, it's really hard. And those first couple preps, I'm like, I'm never doing this again. But I love it. I love it so much.
The routine is my favorite part too. Even though it is very mundane, every day is kind of copy and paste. But I think that mundane part of anything that we really do in life, whether we're working towards like a financial goal or a job, or it's something like prep, or just a regular weight loss journey, like a lot of it is in that like mundane routine. Like that's when you're really seeing the progress. And then there's the like potential award where you get the job, like you find the guy, or like you win the show. And I'm glad that you like, there's love in the routine of it all.
Yeah. It's now, like safe.
It is. It really is. It's like, okay, I know what I need to do every day. And you also get to do that with your husband.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what would you say are like the positives of being able to go, because y'all did it a lot together this season. Like, was it 4 shows y'all did together or 3?
3, and then Heart of Texas.
Yeah, it was just the girls. What are the positives of being able to prep with your husband? And then what are some of the negatives? Because I've been in a partnership before where we were prepping together, and I've also been in a partnership where we were not. So it has like its pros and cons, but I'm curious for y'all's relationship because I've been able to witness you guys together and like how you operate as a couple, and it's so beautiful.
Thanks.
But we all know like things get tough, especially in prep.
Yeah. Yes. The positives of prepping together, you're doing the same thing. You know, and there was just this one moment that sticks out for me. We went to Heart of Texas, Texas Pro, and we weren't ready. Like, we were told we were ready, but we weren't ready. And we looked at each other, and it's kind of just like, it's you and me, and it's time to go. And, like, we both are warriors. Like, both college athletes, this is what we know, this is where we thrive, and we like looked at each other and we're like, game on. And like not much was said.
Like game on for this show, or like we know that we're gonna show up the best that we can, and then after like this we're going in harder. Was it like that?
Yeah, I mean, it was like we didn't show up at our best, and I wouldn't say I was embarrassed because I think it just adds to like my testimony of how you're able to show up one way and then in a week you can show up differently.
100%.
But that's what we knew is that, I mean, we can show up differently in a week. And what it takes though is that warrior spirit, and like we got to strap our boots up. And I think that was the look where we were like, time to strap the boots up and like get to camp.
Yeah.
And so we both just thrive there. And I think that was the like, we'll look back on that simply just like that week from Texas Pro to, was it Atlanta,
and then RGV, and then finishing with the Heart of Texas. Like y'all's physiques
transformed.
Whoa, crazy. But the thing that I noticed is like, no matter what, you two didn't show up any differently in who you were as like people. No matter like what you guys might have been going through with like maybe feeling not ready, you still had like a smile on your face. You still like nailed your posing routine. You still like owned it, and you gave it all that you have, even if there was something like going on, you know, mentally behind the scenes where you were like, okay, well, we're not ready, but like we're going to be. You still showed up exactly like a competitor. Both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And I noticed just being around you too that faith is a really big part of not only your individual journeys, but y'all together as a couple. How would you say your faith shows up in bodybuilding?
Man, in so many ways, especially when you do feel really down and out, or you do feel just pressed up against the wall, or maybe one would think you can't make that much transformation in a week, or self-doubt especially can obviously creep in, and you just feel like, I'm not cut out for that. Like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? Why am I here? You look stupid. You look dumb. Like, that is all the enemy. So when you just have those thoughts, it helps me personally so much. And Matt doesn't struggle with this as much as I do, I don't think, but it helps me so much to recognize, ew, like that's not God's word. God does not think that of his daughter. Like, he thinks that I can do it, and I can do all things through Christ. And like, why not? That's why I think it stems from like, it's just like, why not? Jesus can do anything. So I'm just going to let me just be kind of the vessel and just do, and kind of be intuitive and ask God. I would even ask God, like, hey, yo, is there anything I need to add to my diet? Like,
Like, is there any like information you have that's like my coach isn't telling me?
No, yeah, like, am I lacking something, like mineral wise? Yeah.
Man, I really love that. No, it's so beautiful to have that anchor for yourself during those times, and like that personal relationship that you have with God to like carry you through those tough moments, because there's a lot during prep, you know. We're also putting ourselves through something that only a small percentage of people can and will do. And it's our choice to do that at the end of the day. Nobody's making us do these things. And there's challenges that come with that. One of my favorite sayings is like, choose your suck. And it's like anything that you choose to do, even if you like love it so much. Like I love being a content creator. I love being a bodybuilder. Like I love being like a dog mom. There's still sucky parts of doing those jobs. Like there's still sucky parts, but like this is the kind of suck that I choose. Like I don't mind being like starving and hungry, or like my legs are fatigued from training. So I think that it's so beautiful you have that to come back to in those moments. Would you say that there was one moment in particular during this season, because you competed a lot, like you put your body and your mind through a lot, and you looked incredible and made massive shifts week to week, because I saw you every single weekend. Thank you. Is there one that sticks out to you where it was like that breaking moment where you're like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. Maybe I should just stop. I'm going to quit. Or you didn't think that you were going to be able to keep going?
You know, there was never a thought of like, I don't think I can keep going, just because mentally, maybe to my detriment sometimes, I can do it. You know, on the physical realm, like I can do it, or the mental realm, I can do it. Where I was getting a little nervous was it's hard to peak back to back.
It is.
You know, and my legs, I'm like, can I drop the inflammation? Are my ham ties going to show? I would literally get off stage and be like, were they there? Like, were my ham ties there? Because I hold inflammation and water. And so from Atlanta, I was like, maybe it's not in my best interest to do RGV.
I remember you were like, I might not be there. I was like, are you going to come? I want to see you there. And then you were there.
Yeah. I mean, there was multiple things that I was like, might as well just do it. I was going to go anyway because Matt was doing it. And I was just like, dude, just go. Like, I just felt at the end of the day, the pros outweighed the cons in going. But I do think that I would have benefited more if I actually didn't go, or I didn't compete, and I just focused on getting more conditioned for Heart of Texas. But it is what it is, you know. At the end of the day, a lot of the reason why I compete is because I want to be a better coach too, and I want to experience these things. And I think that when you are a coach, if you're not coming from like, I don't know how people are bodybuilding coaches without actually experiencing what it takes to get to the stage. There are those really like science-based coaches, but like, do you know what it takes to like get to the stage, even on the mental level?
I think also going through the mental and being able to speak to that as well. Cause like I have girls that will reach out to me that are like X weeks out, and they talk a lot about the mental thing. And like, if you tell that to somebody else, they'd be like, what are you talking about? You don't think you're going to be ready. You're the leanest person I've ever seen. And it's like, I can't see my body realistically right now. Okay.
No. Yeah.
Like I can't. So I think that's awesome that you do that. What do you think is a common misconception about bodybuilding that maybe you actually once believed, or other people you feel like believe that's just not true?
One that sticks out on the top of my head is people keep saying that bodybuilding is like an ED. I'm like, I don't really understand how being like disciplined and tracking and just like actually knowing what's going on in your body is perceived as that. Because I mean, knowledge is power. I need to know how many calories, what my macros are to set myself up for like, let's get logical here. Like, this will set me up to get to my dream physique. Don't you want to like stem from science and logic. I don't understand. I mean, it can
for sure,
get there.
Yeah.
But not in the sense of like, oh, you're making fun of me because I'm bringing my food scale? Like what?
Gotcha. Okay. We talked about this on the podcast. There was this one bodybuilder. She's a bikini competitor, and she had a video go viral on TikTok, and people were like saying this about her because she was bringing her meals with her. She wasn't even on prep or anything, and she was bringing her meals to a certain thing, and people were like, you're doing this. And the beef that I had with that was that people were putting a label on her. You know, first of all, if she was struggling with that, don't ever do that.
Don't talk about it.
I've been there, and I'm like, don't talk about it.
You make her spiral.
Yes. And there's the other side where she loves what she does so much that it is so ingrained in her life that she don't think twice about like bringing her meal. Like I'll still bring meals with me on season, off season,
of course,
whatever. And I love what you said about that, where it's like, I mean, it's up to the person. Like the person, like we're the ones that are in charge of like how this ends up going. And, you know, there are a lot of bad coaches out there. I get that too, that make it really, really difficult. But if someone loves doing it, like
leave them up. Why do you care?
Leave them alone.
Why do you care what I do? Like, this is a little bit bizarre. And like, then you can think about the family members. It'll be like, oh, just a bite. Like, just.
You know what's bizarre? How socially acceptable it is to go out and party and drink and like eat excessive amounts of food all of the time and, you know, be hungover, and that's normal. That's socially acceptable. But then when someone brings food in like a meal prep container or is like, hey, I'm going to leave early to go to the gym, that's weird. Yeah. So we got something twisted somewhere, and I don't know where, but it's crazy. No, I'm really glad that you brought that up. I would say I really want to dive into like your training specifically, because we're actually, if you guys are listening here on the pod, head over to my YouTube channel because we're doing leg day together, and I'm super curious. Like I just get so curious about how other people train, because every time I train with somebody, doesn't matter like what division they are, even if they're a bodybuilder or not, I learned so much. But how do you feel like your training has evolved from when you were like, I'm not going to be a competitor, to, okay, now I need to tailor this to the wellness division?
So much changed. I come from like me lift big, like, you know, like very, also for sport. So like, I want to be as fast and explosive as possible. I want to lift heavy. I want to do power cleans. I want to do snatch. I want to like learn how to jump as high as possible, you know, like very much so for performance. So
instead of aesthetics.
Yes. And it's completely different. So, and then I got into CrossFit, which is like, again, me lift heavy and like compete against the person next to me secretly. But then getting into bodybuilding, okay, wait. So there's like a little time period where it's like, I am going to do a different like Instagram workout every day. And like my workouts they made no sense, but like that looks good and her butt's cute. So like I
totally did that.
I'm going to do like, it's changed every day.
My squirrel brain.
Yes.
I was like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Yes. And what I've found, because I do have a little bit of that still, where I'm like, okay, I'm bored. So how do and gym is my creative space. So instead of essentially changing the movement, now for me, what I want to change is, or just like be really competitive with, is the range of motion, the control. How can I explode out of the negative or control the negative even more? The tempo, like same thing. Those are the elements that I can change and just alter to be creative and like have fun with it. Can I add a band or maybe a pause, whatever? But I want to be the master of the movement. So like when I'm training, I want that thing to look like chef's kiss all the way down. And then let's say then we start to work progressive overload and we start to train that chef's kiss rep Let me do it 5 times. Let me do it 10 times. I want to get into that hypertrophy rep scheme. So let me do it 12 times. Chef's kiss, and then let me add another plate. Now I'm back down.
I'm going to be like, was that chef's kiss? Brooke, was that chef's kiss?
Yeah.
I love that so much. That's something that I teach my clients where with the kind of squirrel brain around like training, because it is so easy to be like, I see a girl with a big butt. Like I even do it with like some of the Olympians where, and sometimes I'll go into gym sessions and I'll have it be like a play day where I'll be like, okay, like I'm going to play with some movements that I've seen and see if this is even realistic for my body. Like, does it even work? Do I feel it where I'm supposed to? Like sometimes I'll play a little bit like that. Like maybe at the end of my workout, I'm like, let me go try creepy squats or something like that, which was a viral trend. It's so creepy.
What is that?
It's like.
Oh, wait. I know those. The scoop? I like those. Yes.
So Kendall and I tried it on one of our workouts, and at the end we like played a little bit.
Yes.
Honestly,
I like those.
We liked them. It was crazy, but
I don't call them creepy squats. I like that though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use that.
That was like the viral trend for it. But so what you're saying is kind of like, okay, let's start with, I have a training program. I have my solid movements that I'm doing. I want to chef's kiss these movements to where my form is flawless. I have it down. Then we're working on progressive overload and building off of that. Yeah. And that's truly like the recipe for success. Mm-hmm. It might be boring sometimes, but a lot of bodybuilding is. So what would you say are like your core movements that probably are always going to be in your routine for like the wellness division specifically?
Hack squat, hands down. I love me some hack squat. So what, just all legs?
All of them.
All legs.
All legs.
I'll just stick with quads for a sec. So I'm doing hack squat. I'm always doing quad extension. I'm going to do some form of unilateral movement. Now, is that a leg press or a, like a single leg press, or is that a lunge of some sort, Bulgarian? I do want to work the unilateral movement a little bit. And then that's kind of like honestly all you need for quads. If your range of motion is great, you're working progressive overload and you're smashing your calves to your hams and getting in there. I like leg press a lot, but like when you're picking movements, your body doesn't know like what movement it is. It just knows the stimulus. So same movement patterns can kind of like, get in there. So hack squat with leg press, I'm like, meh, I would rather sometimes hack squat if I had to choose. And then I love hip thrusts.
Hip thrusts.
Gotta have them. I love some sort of sumo variation. Okay. So for me right now, it's going to be a reverse hack squat. In the sumo position.
Ooh, so like your head is in like the pad and you have the shoulders and it looks like you're using it wrong, but you're like, I'm doing this the way that I want to.
Exactly.
I love that. Okay.
Because I don't have to bear the load.
We got to do that today.
I would love that.
That'd be fun.
Yes.
I've never done it on a hack squat. I've done it on a V squat.
Oh, we're doing it.
Okay, cool.
I can't wait.
Cool.
In that sumo variation, you don't have to bear the weight in your hands like as like a sumo deadlift or something. True. And I feel the machine better than I would feel like a sumo squat on a Smith machine for me. Gotta have an RDL, a glute bias RDL. And then seated hamstring curls, love them. Mm-hmm. I've learned to love prone hamstring curls too. And
yeah.
I gotta show. Do you feel them in your back?
It just makes me feel. You're talking about single leg. Are you talking about single leg or standing?
No.
Or lying.
The lying.
Okay. I do like them. I humbled myself for a while so that I wouldn't feel it in my back because I was going too heavy. Of course, I was feeling it in my back. So I just dropped it down a little bit and then built from there. So I don't mind it. But if I'm going to choose one, I'm going to sit.
Seated. Yeah, seated, but it has to have like the pad that you can push against for me. Yeah. I hate seated where it's just like your legs. Mm-hmm. And then I need a glute medius kickback.
Same. I love those.
I'd rather do that than a abduction machine.
Yeah. I like supersetting both.
Yeah.
It's
Get in there.
I love it. I just love it. Okay. So a couple of questions before we do our rapid fire round, things that I wanted to really know. How do you feel like, you know what, actually I want to reword this. Do you feel like your relationship with food and the way that you see like your physique has changed at all being a bodybuilder?
100%. But in the same way, no.
Okay. Yes, but also no. Okay.
100%, but no.
100%,
I mean, that doesn't even
but
make
0%.
sense. Both. So growing up, like I said, like I felt like my body was made for sports. Like I always think that I'm not even a girl. I'm just an athlete. Like that's how I felt. Like I was a freak athlete when I was younger. But I was made fun of for my legs specifically because they've always been massive. So
That's called thunder thighs.
yes. Yeah. I mean, now we are trying to make them bigger, so it's like just funny. And people like them.
You know what's crazy is the thing that people made fun of us for is now what we're using as our biggest strength. And that's typically what happens, y'all.
People also made fun of my freckles, and now people
and now people literally draw them on. I
Yeah.
told my sister that because my sister has the cutest little face of freckles, and now people are like, there's
People
freckle
draw them on.
pens.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Come on. But I had my mom just speak life into me, and she was just like, I mean, I don't even think she realized what she was doing, but I would be, and I was also just like, because of the big legs and the big butt as a young girl, I would try to wear, like jean skirts, and I was hypersexualized. And so in 6th grade, this girl calls me a slut. I'm like, what's that? I don't even know what a slut is. Like, so there's all that going on that I would go home and I would talk to my mom about it. And she would just tell me, your legs make you fast. Like, I was always the fastest runner on all of my teams. Like, that's what makes you fast. That's what makes you powerful. And that's that. And so I never, growing up, looked at my body as like anything other than I'm a unit and I'm here to destroy. Like, I played center defense in soccer. So I really just like wanted to truck people. Like, I just wanted to run someone down, truck them legally so I didn't get a red card, and just be a beast. Like, that's, so that's how I look at my body now still. Like, I just want, like, genuinely, I love being thick, and I love, like, my butt and my legs. Just, like, I like feeling like a unit. And truthfully, I don't feel like a unit when I am lean. So, but it's weird when you are really lean and you start to see your leanness, like the lines fade, and you're like, wait, I worked so hard for those, like, and you just don't recognize how really easy it is to put fat back on, like, after your
how
competition.
long it took to get to that level, and then like how easy it is to reverse it.
I didn't believe it. Like, like back my first show, my uncle told me, oh yeah, I gained 30 pounds in 2 days. And I was like, I mean, most of it is water, but like, I'm like, come on.
Inflammation, water, food.
Yeah.
Oh, stress, all of that stuff. Wow.
Yeah. So I kind of tug with that a little bit, where I'm like, okay, I feel happy that I'm gaining weight because I genuinely like to see, like, I feel better at that physique.
Yeah.
But I also feel like, you fatty, like, why would you look bit, and then it's going back to, that's the enemy speaking, and genuinely rebuke that. It's not true. Yeah. So like both.
Yeah. It's definitely, I feel like once you have seen what your physique can look like at like its peak physique, that you've maybe never seen before, it's so hard not to compare wherever you're at in your journey to that. I mean, people do it all the time. Like, I have tons of my clients that are comparing themselves to like 20, 30-year-old them. Like, we do it to ourselves all the time. Like, I'll compare, oh, well, I was like that back then, or we always doing that. And we're always going like back into the past. And it can be really challenging on you mentally. So what advice would you give to any competitor that is in that like post show, they're going into their improvement season, to give them some, I guess, like hope that what they're feeling is normal, or that it's going to be okay?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be okay. And, there's so many like levels to dive into, you know, reminding yourself, like if you're struggling with the food and, the hormones and just all of that, my best advice would be to empower yourself with knowledge and understand what's ghrelin, what's lectin, what's literally going on with my body, because then you can operate from logic rather than emotion.
True.
And when you do that, you feel a sense of sanity in a time period that is really insane.
It feels like out of control and chaos.
I was just telling one of my clients, like, it's almost like a manic episode coming out of prep, and you're free. You're like, whoa, I can eat.
Loki is on one. Speaking of chaos, don't do that.
You can, there's just so much freedom, even in the way of like, I can, if I wanted to, I could go eat some pancakes right now. Like, that feels like awesome, because you were kind of in a prep jail for a little bit, you know? But I also just did an activity with my clients that I don't know if you've seen on TikTok. There's like a little viral thing going on where you put into AI your baby self and you put in your current self and you ask AI to make the two hug. And it's like a photo, and I can show you mine.
That's cute.
It's so cute. And I'm like, okay, make it fitness related though. Like, every time that you speak to yourself unkindly and you do let the enemy come in and you're just like harping on that negative spiral, and sometimes that spiral is just so hard to get a grip on, I asked all of my girls to make their photo of themselves and then print it out and like put it somewhere, put it on the bathroom mirror or something. And whenever you start your day or whatever, and you're like grabbing your fat or just like you don't feel like, good enough, like look at that photo, and you need to remember to protect that girl, the little baby you, to protect her. You would never speak to her that way. You would never let anybody speak to her that way. So you have to protect her and show up for her. And so I think it's a really good reminder.
I love that. That's so cute. I'm totally going to do that.
You have to do it.
I'm glad that you shared that with the listeners too, so that they can do that. Like, we're big fans on the Know Your Power podcast of like creating those pattern interruptions and putting them in places where you need to see them. Like, if you're overthinking and you're always sitting at your desk and you're thinking about like all of the things that you need to do that you can't get done or whatever, having something there. If you're always in the mirror checking your physique and like body checking, or even like on the scale, like freaking put a sticky note on the scale and hide mine.
Hide the freaking scale.
I only bring it out once a week for my check-in, because if I see it, I'm either going to eat it or I'm going to weigh myself on it.
Yeah,
So having those like interruptions, that's so beautiful. I really like that.
Yay, good.
Oh, okay. You ready for some rapid fire questions?
Yes. Do I have to like try not to think?
Yes.
Okay.
Current hype song in the gym.
Spit your game.
Spit your game. Go-to post-workout meal.
Ooh. Okay. A burger and fries. That's what I think I'm due today.
Favorite. That's a good idea. One fitness trend you hate, or bodybuilding trend.
Bodybuilding trend or fitness trend that I hate. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is like what the kids are doing these days, where they wear their Crocs and
I literally can't.
PJs. Why
I can't.
When you wear PJs to the gym, you look like your butt stinks. Like, wash up and put some attire on.
You look like you haven't showered in days.
Your butt stinks.
You look like you rolled out of bed with a stinky butt.
Come on.
I never heard that before. I love that. If you weren't doing fitness, what would you be doing?
Interior design or event planning.
Same and same. Me and my mom have this idea of having like a mother-daughter interior design.
You should.
Amazing. What's next for you?
Babies.
Yay! Babies!
Yay.
Oh, I love that. Okay, you're going to sit with me. And then for this last one, what does it mean for you to know your power?
What is it? You know that you are a child of God and you have confidence and you walk into every room like God sent you because he did.
I'm walking in like that.
There you go.
That's amazing. Oh my God, I'm so glad that we got to do this. And I'm just it's so easy to think that you go into the IFBB Pro League and, you know, I'm still very new in the IFBB Pro League too. And I just remember being a little scared if there was going to be any like kind people, if I was going to, you know, like, am I going to make any friends? Like you just feel like it feels like kind of high school all over again where you have that nervousness. And I'm just so glad that I met you during this journey and that now you're a part of my life.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, and that the girls here on the podcast can listen to you. And please follow her. She's going to be linked down in the description, everything that you're doing. Is there anything that you have like coming up that you're excited about that you want to let the listeners know about? Other than babies?
Babies, I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. But I am going to be dropping a mock prep challenge. My husband and I are going to do that together. And we love a January challenge.
I love a January challenge.
So
is this going to be like is it like new competitors who are like, I kind of want to see if I can do it? I love the name.
Mock prep.
Yeah.
It's for anybody. Like, even if you have prepped before and you like maybe before my pro debut, I should have done a mock prep and not done the actual prep. So maybe, or you're just wondering like, yo, what's my potential here? And then if just anybody that is kind of wondering and wants to execute a prep, and then, hey, if you end the challenge and you're like, I look pretty sick, and you want to compete, you can compete too.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I just like wanted to do something that there wasn't a lot of pressure on it. But in the same note, like, you're doing it because I think so many people go into the thought of I'm not ready. I mean, there's so much not enoughness going on. I'm not enough. I'm not ready. It's not time, this and that. I'm a firm believer that you don't know until you know. And the cop out of like, oh, I just don't have the genetics for that. Like, you do not know.
You don't even know yet.
You don't know your genetics until you're stage lean. Like, I had no idea. I even had abs before doing my first prep. And then come to find out, like, yo, my ham ties are sick. Like, I like them a lot. And I would have never known that if you can't see them until you're lean. So, like, let's go. Let's figure it out. Let's do it.
I love that. Yeah. That's so cool. Okay, guys, that's going to be all in description. Please go follow her and her husband. They're incredible people. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
It was such a blast.
Fun.
And now we're going to go train.
We could have talked for like
There's so much more. We need to do a part. Comment below if you want us to do part 2. Because this is more so like intro. Like we need it. There's things that I didn't even know about you. And then next one, it could be like topic specific or something. That would be really fun.
I was telling Matt, like, we have only met the
competitor versions of each other.
Yes, and it's kind of like a girly-ish version of ourselves where, I mean, you were a beast, you know, like, you grew up as a freaking athlete, like, and I don't know, there's just like this whole probably just tomboy level of like, yo, and we might do that in the gym, but Yeah, like so. Yeah,
I love it. Yeah,
But-
because we're like me and her are backstage like in our suits, and we're like, "What's up, girl?"
Yeah,
and
your
then at the
makeup's
gym
so
we're like.
cute. Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you as always. We love you all so much, and you are more powerful than you think.